Mirror, mirror on the wall, who has the best futures of them all? And in this video, we'll get right into it. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Kiwoon Learning, and today we'll be talking about Intel, ticker INTC, currently valued at $52.38. We have huge news coming out just yesterday about their IPO with Mobileye. If you guys didn't know, Mobileye is an Israeli autonomous driving company that Intel partnered up with back in 2017. Currently valued, Mobileye is going to be IPOing at roughly $50 billion. Now, why this is huge is Intel will also be making roughly $1.5 billion in revenue every single year, at least according to some analysts. But it's not only this Mobileye, and it's not only just their fundamentals, but they're also just pure numbers. If you look into it, Intel has a PDE ratio of 14. Compared to any other tech company and other semiconductor companies, this is way lower than any other company that there is in their sector. Intel also has a price to sales ratio of 2.7. As value investors, we want to look at companies who have price to sales anywhere between 1 and 3, and at 2.7 falls right in the middle. Also, Intel has a return on equity of over 25% in the past 3 years. And the range that we want to look for is 15 to 20. Intel surpasses this range by not just a few percentage points, but by over 8 percentage points in the past 3 years. And honestly, I do think Intel will be able to keep this up. And finally, one of the last things that I believe makes Intel just such an amazing fundamental company is that their debt to equity ratio is 0.44. You know, there's very little and very small companies that don't even have that low of debt to equity ratios. And Intel has been around for 20, 30 plus years, and they have a debt to equity ratio that's lower than some companies who may have just IPO'd just like a year ago. And so why this is really important is that I think with this really good fundamentals and with their new Mobileye IPO, I think Intel together will make a really strong company and have extremely strong fundamentals to go along with it. And so, getting on to Intel's trading. As we can see here, Intel, $52.38, but they had a huge gap up back all the way in the beginning of 2021. Now, if you guys don't know what a gap up is, it's basically just something where a company in after hours trading will rise or fall a decent amount just because they've had really strong volume on certain earnings or on certain news. Intel did this back here in 2021, but very quickly this gap filled all the way back down to this like $50, $42 a share. And so as we can see as time goes along, again, back in May, Intel has had a huge gap down, right? But they haven't recovered from this. Even if you see it all the way at the end of the chart, Intel has never filled this gap since then. And historically, Intel has filled over 90% of its gaps. And this happens really for any company. And so as just like a basic trading strategy, just know that if companies have a huge fall or huge rises in after hours or before hours trading, this usually means that this gap will fill. Now, I will never say that it will be in the short term or the long term, but I will say that this gap I think will fill rather quickly just because of the new news about Mobileye. But the main thing about Mobileye and Intel that they need to really recover from, and Intel is just a company in general, is that they need to break past this resistance and they need to do it rather quickly. As we can see down here, this $52 range to $48 range has been huge resistance for Intel for like the past, this looks roughly for the last 4 to 8 months. And I do believe if Intel can hold these numbers and have high volume, Intel can very easily fill this gap back up to 60. And if you're talking about like actual true value and fair value wise, Intel, in my opinion, is easily a $65 to $70 company. In the short term trading, I would wait on Intel just because of the very high volatility, but I would say on the low end, very easily could be worth $60 by the end of the year. And yeah, guys, that's basically all I have to get. And I know this is a little bit of a different environment, but we want to try something new and it looks pretty good. So if you guys have a great rest of your day, make sure to tell someone that you love them, and peace.
What's up, y'all? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see our most recent stock pick, just click right there. But if you want to see our most recent educational video, just click right there. But if you want to subscribe and follow us, click my head. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.